Hello and welcome to this very special episode, the BJ Show podcast. We've got a big announcement, but let's get on with the show. So, welcome all. And that's what I said. I'm going to say it, 3 years from the 4th of the 9th, 2023 to the 4th of the 9th, 2025. That's 3 years in the making. Thank you. But right now, I did not see this happening 3 years later to today. And I am so happy to reach this milestone. I'm going to share my thoughts and reviews of how all this started. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it, much as your support. But that's what I want to say first up. I would like to say thank you for your support, the fans out there listening to the podcast. Without this will not run at all. I would like to thank to Aiden to coming on board behind the scenes. Thank you for your assistance to be part of this amazing podcast with so many great episodes and also being my guest as well early in the podcast as well. How it all started. So where did the BJ Show podcast started? So before I get into major, it was about reading script to script. And I think it's something that I'm not a big fan of forgetting about script. So I'm not like forgetting about the script. It's how to remember what I need to say, and all I need to do is that. So I found out that podcast, I can read my script and do my recording. That's exactly what I'm doing as we speak. I started with a YouTube. So YouTube came a bit sooner. I did all my research and how to start a podcast 3 years ago. I had no idea how much there was in research about it and the cost. There's so much. So I'd like to just mention right now that I'm doing like interviews in a session about how to start a podcast. So there's simple stuff that what do you like to know. I'm at the Blackwood Community Centre. Thank you to the Mitchell Council as well for their support so much. But continue on. So I have a few podcast hosting sites such as AskSS.com, Podbean and Buzzsprout. So they're the ones I went through in that 3 years. I have stuck by and chosen Buzzsprout. They've been fantastic. They also include a pay plan as well for beginners of 90 days for free plan. So there is an option for that. I think for first time in the 90 days, if you release an episode, it will be, gone. And you don't really, it's 2 hours on your, that's how that's pretty good effort for 2 hours for no cost. So, but I do pay for a plan. I've done it for some time. But also early in January, this is the big thing about my podcast. And Buzzsprout has that's how much they have supported my podcast. They also invited me to their biggest event of beginning of their year over there, but our year, it's called Podfest. Fortunately, like it's all in the US, so they have been amazing support, and I can't thank them. They've got an amazing system they run. They have actually upgraded their price range, which can be a bit disappointed that I didn't want 5 podcasters in one account, and you don't get enough hours of that. So I don't know how to do that bit. But they call Podfest, and I really want to, even meet the team and explain like I do live in Australia. I can't go by myself overseas, and especially the US. It's quite very uncomfortable for me to know exactly what I need to do. I need to I think it was Florida. I think it was Disney World. So something that I got invited to event over there is thank you. Thank you very much. And unfortunately, it was just not enough time. If you offer me a ticket maybe a bit sooner, then I will pour a bit more effort in, and I will speak to, mate, because that's a lot of money to go overseas. And, they'll be, and then when I told them and emailed them and contact them, they were very supportive. They got back to me and went from there. So due to the event, it was a last minute and cost effective to the podcast fest. So, I really love to meet other podcasters and, explain to me this is a hobby. This is not a job. This is a hobby. So I do work as well, like at Windy Point. It's an area in Adelaide, and a university job, I'm going to say, from that part. But moving on from this show, ladies and gentlemen, so I want to say once again, Buzzsprout, thank you again for your ongoing support. This great opportunity, and it's just too far to travel on the other side of the world. Remember, yeah. So thank you. Since I stayed with Buzzsprout, they do include a website directly to how to find the BJ Show podcast. So Spotify, we got Apple Podcasts, we got Amazon Music, we got so much out there, and they'll do it for you. They'll put my episode directly onto that, and I thank to the amazing team of Buzzsprout and all. They do have a block sound, so anything I do, any noise in the background, they'll block that off, and also the scripts and stuff, and the episode ideas. That's a small fee. I also pay for that. So they do more than just putting an episode on. They're going to make it best quality as possible. So like I said, since I stayed with Buzzsprout, they do include a website directly, as I mentioned, the BJ Show, where you can find the BJ Show, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podcast in X, YouTube, iRadio Hard. Not available to listen on the podcasts. Unfortunately, I'm working on that part. Podcast Addition, Podchester, Podcast. We have Danza, Listen Note, Play FM, and much more. So thank you so much for that. Another good note for Buzzsprout is status overall, episode downloads, apps, and the devices, locations, and the most amazing, the achievement. And that's where you come in. What I said about the episode downloads, apps, and devices, and where the locations from city, countries, and territories, that's from you. You're the ones listening. I see where, but not who. And that's okay. But you also have goals when signing up to Buzzsprout if you are keen to do a podcast. I do my podcast for fun and also for hobby, as I mentioned early in the show. As I said, thank you, Aiden, for your assistance since you have joined, for some time now. And episodes to come. This is the exciting part. This is the busy season for interviews. I want to do all year, all year interview, but the guests to come is the amazing Blackwood Community Centre. Like, their support has been absolutely amazing. Their fun, it's been amazing. So thank you. The 19th episode of the Australian Sport Edition show, we have the first week of the SANFL live on the Adelaide Oval. Keep your eye out for that, because that should be out anytime soon, or even make sure you go and listen to that. Which we have the biggest show of the year, the BJ Show Awards Show, which we host by BJ, self, and Aiden. Date is yet to be confirmed. Keep your eye out for that. We'll let you all know when to listen to it. We have more guests from the Kenilworth Football Club. Keep eye for that. And so many more episodes. We've got the Bowling Weekly Update as well. We got, an AFL first week restrictions. The next one will be second week restrictions and results. So with Aiden. So keep your all eye for that. So, all right. Thank you all for listening. Keep out for these exciting episodes. That is all for today. Catch you all later. Cheers. And cheers for now. Because we got a very big, a very busy September. And, just keep your eye out for these episodes. But that's all for now. The BJ Show's out. Bye for now.